What is up, Renaissance crew? I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I'm not looking forward to watching this video. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a real big Michael Jackson fan. He is my favorite musician of all time. Not only that, but he's also someone that I really look up to as a person. I don't believe that the charges against him were true, mainly because I studied the actual case and stuff. I'm not your average Michael Jackson fan that just thinks the guy could do no wrong. I was somebody at first that actually did believe that he might have done something, just off of the generic stuff that most people tend to think, like, oh, well, why else would he? Or, well, you know, he hangs out with kids, so, or something like that, until I realized that's not evidence. So I decided, okay, well, let me go ahead and look at the evidence and see which side he actually falls on. So after looking at the evidence and the trial and the transcripts and things like that, I came to the conclusion that I don't think he did it. Not only did I think he did not do it, but I think that those two, or at least well, he only went to trial once. The first time it was dismissed, but the whole reason why I think that the two accusations were, I think that they were attempts to extort him. I truly do believe that, because if I go through all the evidence, it would take me forever, but I just know that in both occasions, the accuser and the accuser's family were saying something different until they met with the same civil lawyer, and then after that, both of them all of a sudden said that, you know, they did something after you met with a civil. Like, it's one thing to talk to like a criminal lawyer or a therapist or something like that would make you change your tune, but a civil lawyer, and then that's when you decide, okay, well, yeah, we're gonna change the way everything works. Do you actually know that Michael Jackson is the reason why in California, anyway, I'm not sure about other areas, I can't confirm other areas, but in California, you have a civil trial after the criminal? Because at the time when he first got accused, they were going after him civilly. It got dismissed, and the DA at the time, I believe that was Tom Snetten, if I'm not mistaken, he changed it around so that they would have to go for criminal first, because I think Tom Snetten was actually going after Michael Jackson also. I'm not really sure why. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories and things like that. There's no evidence I can point to that says one way or another, you know, he was actually out to get him, but personally I think that he was out to get him based on a few things that he said and did when addressing Michael Jackson and the case itself. So let's go ahead and get into this. This also makes me feel bad because Michael Jackson did say that building a children's hospital was his dream, like the one thing that he really wanted to do. And the reason why I believe he was telling the truth about this was because at the time when everybody knows he died from propofol overdose. One of the times when he was under the influence of propofol, he was interviewed by the doctor that eventually killed him, Conrad Murray, and in that interview he talked about how he wanted to create a children's hospital and stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally believe that if somebody's under the influence, a lot of times they tend to tell the truth. They're not, like, it's easy to admit to some shit that when you're under the influence that you don't want to admit. And the fact that he was so honest and open about wanting to start a children's hospital and how all the children of the world are like hurting and he wish he could do something about it, it speaks volumes about his character as a whole. I might even find that video and put it somewhere in here, probably at the end of the video. I'll leave that little clip in there so you guys can listen to him and come up with your own decisions of whether or not you think he was being honest or not. But let's go ahead and jump into this and see what it has to offer. It's just a quick video. It's only about 3 minutes long, but oh boy. Bracing myself. Here we go.
Enjoy the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor. We were talking during the trial about exhuming Jackson's body to do tests on it. See, if they'd done it, I was going to watch it on the news with the volume turned down and Thriller on the stereo. Did you hear the tape? They played a tape of Jackson's voice under sedation.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
how many
about.
drugs this guy was giving him. And he's going,
I'm gonna build a children's hospital. The biggest children's hospital in the world. Call it Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital.
I don't even think it was his voice. I think it was the voice of the paedophile demon that controlled his soul.
I'm gonna build a children's hospital. I'm gonna buy those kids a game of whack-a-mole. But I'm gonna lie under the game of whack-a-mole. Stick my cock up through it. So when they're banging away with the little hammers, they're actually banging my cock. Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital. The biggest children's hospital in the world. I'm gonna dress up as a surgeon. I'm gonna do operations on them. Put little cocks and little clitorises into the palms of the hands.
Oh my God.
So that when I'm holding hands with them, I'm actually abusing the little motherfuckers.
God damn it.
Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital. The biggest children's hospital.
Why'd he get into an American accent when he started doing it too?
I'm gonna tell them they've been cured. I'm gonna tell them they're okay and send them home to the mama. But it won't be the mama. It'll be me. Dressed up as the mama in some Mrs. Doubtfire kind of makeup. And they'll wake up on their first night home to hear me screaming, "You're not okay! You're not okay!" Through space as I come inside them.
Oh my God.
Michael Jackson's Children's Hospital. Biggest children's hospital.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're sorry you booed the Shannon Matthews joke now, motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Now I understand that it's just jokes. A lot of people make jokes like that, and you know, I mean, it's funny and it's fucked up, mainly because I kind of blame the accusations for why he died, and the reason why he was dependent on propofol and stuff. Kind of the same thing happened in 1993. The reason why he was in rehab, and also the reason why they actually paid off the first accuser was because he was in rehab and didn't have control over his finances. Trust me, I know it sounds like I'm just defending him, but that's the truth. You can actually look up the agreement that he did with the first kid on. Well, last time I checked, it was on Smoking Gun. They had the documents for that agreement. It might still be there. You might be able to find it, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've actually looked up all that information. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that the clip of what he was referring to at the end of this video, and you can come up with that decision on your own, whether or not you think that he was being honest. Like I said, to me, it was something that also like opened my eyes to it, because like I said, if someone's under the influence, especially to that degree, if you hear them in the tape, you hear just how like, I don't know if inebriated is the right word. If it is, then inebriated. If you heard just how inebriated he was in that video, like how bad his slurring was, and like how you can tell how far he was like under, then it's like, to me, it's just something that like I don't see somebody fucking like fucking up. Like, if you're under like that far under, the truth is going to come out whether you want it or not. That's like piss passed out drunk and then asking somebody something and then they're giving you a politically correct answer. It's probably not going to happen. Yeah, I do wish that people would look more into evidence. Like I said, I don't mind if you come whatever conclusion you want, because the evidence that I looked up, it only talks about the cases themselves. So only person that knows the actual truth is Michael Jackson, the kid that accused him, and that's it. But based on the evidence that I've read so far, every single case that has come across that I've looked up, which was the 2 cases and a couple of accusations that were just flat out dismissed, all of them seem to be completely bullshit. That's all I can say. They seem bullshit to me. But anyway, like I said, look up the evidence yourself. Come to your own conclusions. Don't base anything just off of stupid shit like, oh, well, he said he slept in the bed with kids, because chances are you pulled that from the Living with Michael Jackson documentary, and for some reason people like to mix up the fact that when he said he shared his bed with kids, not slept in the bed with kids, he said he shared his bed with kids. He also explained that sharing his bed meant that he would let the kids sleep on the bed and he would sleep somewhere else, usually on the floor, on the couch. And we're also forgetting the fact that Michael Jackson's room in Neverland was a 2-story room. And you can actually look this up. This isn't some bullshit I'm coming up with. You can actually look up the layout of his Neverland house and his bedroom is 2 stories. So chances are sleeping on the couch could easily be like me sleeping in my living room and somebody sleeping in my bedroom. It's not the same. Also, even if it was, I'm pretty sure people can get molested in other places besides their bedroom. It seems like it would be weird that, he didn't sleep in the bed. This guy's accusing this person of molesting a kid. Well, did he sleep in the bed with him? Oh, he didn't sleep in the bed? Okay, well, this guy's innocent. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you could, the bed is the be-all, end-all of that situation. But, a lot of people listen to that documentary and they blow it out of proportions. From what I've heard from that documentary, the only person that Michael Jackson has said he ever slept in the bed at the same time with was Macaulay Culkin. And he said that it was not just Macaulay Culkin, it was their whole family. I believe his mom was also there also. And Macaulay to this day has come out and said that nothing has ever happened between him and Michael Jackson. Corey Feldman, also somebody who actually has come out and said that people in the industry there were people in the industry who had actually like molested him, said that Michael Jackson was not one of them. Michael Jackson was one of the best friends he ever had, and that's what kind of led me to my conclusion that it's possible that Michael Jackson might have been hanging out with kids because he could have protected them from some of the people in the industry that was actually doing that stuff. Because you're not going to fuck with somebody hanging out with Michael Jackson, because as much as you think you can ruin a kid's career if they don't do what you want them to do, Michael Jackson could ruin your career by doing something that he doesn't want you to do. So if you fuck with a kid that Michael Jackson is hanging with and that kid says you fucked with him, your career is done. Michael Jackson could just snap his damn fingers and your career is over. I mean, it's possible Michael could have been the victim of something like that when he was growing up also. He never came out and said anything like that. I mean, the only thing that could be close to that was I remember he said one time that, like, the reason why he is okay with, like, kids sleeping in his room is because he had, like, lawyers and managers and stuff that would let him sleep in their rooms. I mean, you can possibly look at that and be like, okay, well, maybe something like this happened to him or something. But like I said, this is all speculation. I don't really like talking about it, mainly because I know if Michael was alive, he wouldn't want me to talk about it. So I always have an issue with, kind of looking at it that way. But I'm trying to encourage people to actually go out there and get the actual facts and, come to the conclusions at that point. Like I said, I don't care if you look at the facts and then still conclude, oh, well, I think you did something. Okay, fine. You looked at the facts. You came to your conclusion. I'm not going to go against it because, like I said, the only person that knows the truth is Michael and the kids that accuse him. But just look at the facts first. Don't look at, like, oh, well, he was weird, so therefore he did it. Or, oh, he hung out with a lot of kids, so therefore he did it. Like, that does not equal guilty at all in any freaking sense of the word, or any part of the world you're in. That's not guilty. That's never been guilty. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So again, this is funny. This segment was funny. I don't want you to think that it wasn't, or I was like really offended or some shit. Like, I can separate comedy from reality. I can laugh at a not politically correct joke. I hate saying politically correct. I can laugh at a joke that would easily offend people. I can laugh at a rape joke. I can laugh at a molestation joke. I can laugh at a cancer joke. I can laugh at an AIDS joke. I don't really have an issue separating comedy from certain other things. And yes, I've had family who have dealt with almost all these things. I can still laugh at the joke. I can separate this my situation or their situation or someone else's situation from an actual joke. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, I don't know how, because this is a pretty controversial episode of DaVinci Reacts. But, you know, we'll keep it moving. If you don't like this, you can always go to a different video. I have other videos where everything is a little bit more rainbow and sunshines. If you do like my content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And, you know, share these videos if you can. I would really appreciate if you shared this one, because, like I said, I want more people to actually go out and get evidence on Michael before they make decisions about him. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm Devon DaVinci, the original Renaissance man, and I'm giving you the deuces, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Please return for my next video. Deuces.
We have to be when people leave the show, when people leave my show, I want to say, I've never seen something like this in my life. Go. I've never seen nothing like this. Go. It's amazing. He's the greatest entertainer in the world. I'm taking that money. I'm building children's hospital. The biggest in the world. Michael Jackson Children's Hospital. We have a movie theater, game room, children are depressed. In those hospitals, the game room, the movie theater, they're sick because they're depressed. The mind is depressing them. I want to give them that. I care about them. Number 8 is God wants me to do it. God wants me to do it. I'm gonna do it, congrats.
I know you would.
We have no hope. No hope. That's the next generation that's gonna save our planet. Starting with we'll talk about the United States. Europe, frogs, and babies. They walk around. No mother, they drop them off. They leave the psychological degradation of that. And they reach out to me. Please take me with you. I want to do that for them. I'm going to do that for them. And that will be remembered more than my performances. My performances will be up there helping my children. It's always been my dream. I love them. And I love them because I didn't have a childhood. I had no childhood. I feel their pain. I feel their hurt. I can deal with it. Heal the world. We are the world. Will you be there? The lost children. These are songs I've written because I hurt, you know? I hurt.